Hey y'all, this is Jazzama, and this is Jazzama's Point of View, and we are back with my point of view. Okay, you get it? Glad you got it. So last episode, I mentioned Doja Cat's new album, and now that I've sat down, I had time to listen. I can honestly say it's pretty good. It's really fun, real poppy, like real pop vibe, and a little old school. And not even a little. The album does have a whole old school feel to it. The beats are really giving me some type of nostalgic feeling. But she was still able to keep it, in the rap lane. And just like I said about Cardi's album, it's a good album. I was able to listen to it straight through. But I just gave it one listen, because I had to listen to this next guy's album, okay? Now, Young Thug, oh my God, this album frustrated me. He just came home, and instead of coming home swinging with banger after banger, no. This man gives us a whoop-dee-doo. And that's not the only song on the album, but I know some people may have heard it online, and maybe they didn't think that it was a song because guess what? I didn't think it was a real song. I thought someone was really just being funny and put that out there. But no, this is a real song, and it was horrible, okay? The song is horrible, and I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to take a viral moment and, build off of it, but he wasn't able to build off of it because the beat that they chose, I don't wanna insult the producer, right? But it wasn't for that song. That somebody in the studio should have said, "Nah, fam, this ain't it. This ain't it. We got to do something else." And and some of the songs sound like they weren't finished. They sound like they're on top of the beat. I don't know how to explain that because I'm not a producer, but it sounds like the song is the verse is on top of the beat instead of blending in with it, so it's not quite finished. It feels very not complete. Okay, kinda like how I sound on the mic right now, kinda like nothing happened behind me. Like, that's what it sounds like to my ear. Also in that song he dropped, and it was kinda like an apology to everyone. I honestly think he did not need to be asking for an apology from any other man, okay? Because really? Like, do we really need friends that bad that we're begging for forgiveness? You are who you are, and it is what it is. They did not deserve a song. You want to hit them up behind the scenes, maybe? Cool. You want to make a song for forgiveness? Mariah the Scientist absolutely deserved it because she got dragged into this on top of people judging her for being your girlfriend. Um, you also dragged her in because now people are listening to her talk on those phone calls, and they're judging her. They're looking at her sideways like, "Oh, girl, you just be chatting about people too?" And I know people do that with their maids and all of that. I don't wanna hear that. There's one thing to chat with your person about maybe what someone's doing and not liking the way someone is moving because you have your opinion. But it's another thing to have those conversations and then turn around and still talk to those people that you talk so bad about. That is shady. You should never wanna sit and talk with a man that's that chatty and then still be in the next man's face or the next woman's face acting like they're best friends. Absolutely not. That is not how that goes. Yes, you talk to your mate about what's going on. No, you still do not be friends with the person that you talking about. Like, absolutely not. Get that up out of here. But Imma switch gears real quick for you because I don't know if you guys pay attention to streamers, but there's a young lady named Joey Spencer Zoe Spencer. I don't know why the heck I just called that child Joey. Zoe Spencer, and I just love her. She's really bubbly, she's full of life, super funny. You may see her a lot with Zeddy, but absolutely love this girl. But she had YFN Lucci on her stream, and this man had to tell her that she needed a breast job. First of all, why do men feel comfortable saying stuff like that to young women? Yes, she's of legal age, but they are not equal in age. So why would he even go there? Now, I seen her laughing about it, but was she uncomfortable? Because who really knows? Like in situations like that, women find themselves smiling or giggling, just trying to laugh it off when they're really uncomfortable. I hope someone checked him after that, and I seen the little clip, and it seemed like he, like, apologized really quick, but it was like, "Sir, what? Why would you wanna tell her that? You know what you need to do? You need to stop worrying about her needing a breast job, and you need Ozempic. You need to lose some weight, sir. You're out here big and fat now, okay? Now, I don't know if you came home fat, but I'm almost positive you're not on the drugs as heavy as you used to be because you're fat. Get it together. Worry about yourself and what your body needs to look like opposed to what hers looks like, okay? And you better hope whoever you deal with don't leave you for a man that's in shape. Heavyweight. Anyway, that aggravated the heck out of me. But we gonna switch it up. Have you guys watched Boaz? Well, Ruth and Boaz on Netflix? Because baby, I absolutely loved that movie and I plan on watching it again. It was so good. I am honestly like a hopeless romantic. I love stuff like that. I don't like grand gestures, but I love a real intimate romantic session. Like I love men that do romantic things, but not grand gestures because I don't need the world to see it. I don't mind me seeing it, but the world absolutely not. Just me and you is great. But I love that in this movie really showed the story in a modern way. So they didn't have to change much, and I'm so happy that they were able to. And I hope that some people that watch it that didn't know about the story of Ruth and Boaz actually learn something and take the time maybe to go read the original story in the Bible. Of course, you would have to pick up a Bible for this. Maybe somewhere they have this story separate, but you have to pick up the Bible for this. But yeah, it was really good. You guys should check it out. And if you have check it out again and again and again. Now, you know what? It's like my new favorite thing is the podcasters, right? And I know I'm over here in the podcast world, but I like to see the older rappers now, like, interviewing. I was so intrigued by Memphis Bleek and Tony Yayo's interviews they've done recently. Uh, I like to see how loyal they are to the people that brought them into the game. And if you guys don't know who I'm talking about Jay-Z and 50 Cent. Uh, they look at the loyalty the same, but so different, and it just shows me how perspective is everything, because Yayo says 50 put him on and kept him eating, right? Wow, Bleek is like, he ain't have to Jay-Z ain't have to do that, you know? He's my big bro, he's gonna always look out for me, whatever, whatever. But honestly, I agree with both of them. It shows how different relationships are, like how you see your, you know, I hate to say big homie, cause no, absolutely not. But I see I think outside looking in, 50 may look at Yayo as his equal. You know, like, "This my boy," equal. Not to mention, I think that they did a lot of dirty work together. So, the dynamic may be different. It may be, "Hey, Imma keep my boy out the street, keep him occupied." Not to mention, Yayo also understood that, "I don't wanna go back to being that. I like this life." You know what I mean? On the other hand, though, Memphis Bleek, he just is still like a kid, you know, compared to Jay. Like, he's just a kid. He was not getting his hands dirty with Jay, and honestly, was Jay-Z really getting his hands dirty? He never gives, "I was doing a bunch of dirty work." You know, he may have sold drugs a little bit, but he was the y'all know it's 2 different. It's like the pretty boy that's selling drugs in the hood, and then it's like, the gorilla that's that's selling drugs in the hood. I think that's where they differ. And I think that's why they look at their friend differently when it comes to that. Jay turned into a businessman immediately. Immediately. 50, he embraced being a bad guy. And honestly, I think that works for him because that honestly keeps certain people away. And people really don't want to have to deal with that. Like some people like, I'm not even working with him because we don't know where this is gonna go. So both work, and I absolutely love to see them, and I really hope to see more of both of them in the podcast space. I'm guessing maybe Yayo has his own thing, Bleek has his own thing. I absolutely love it, and I can listen to these stories for hours, so I absolutely love that for them, and I can't wait to see what comes from it. 50, you're doing movies, you're doing TV and stuff, come on, like, do a media something. So Yayo can have his own little media. Come on, you know? Yeah, he deserves it. So, yeah. That's today's show. So we went from Doja Cat to Young Thug, streaming, Netflix romance, and hip hop loyalty. That's all I got for you. This is where, if we can't say it twice, we don't say it once. Everything we say, we stand on it. We don't double back. And good night.